Have you experienced a dilemma? A dilemma is a situation which a difficult choice has to be made between two or more alternatives, especially equally undesirable ones. An example of a person who is caught in a dilemma is one who is made to choose putting to death a loved one who has an incurable sickness. One alternative is to discontinue medication and cut the life support apparatus to end the sick person's suffering. The other option is to prolong the patient's suffering while hoping for a cure. Imagine if you are put in that difficult position. Will you choose to pull the plug or allow your loved one to suffer for an indefinite period of time? Maybe now you are thinking of various reasons to justify your answers. Although it is unlikely that all of us will face the aforementioned dilemma, we do face moments of decision every day. As we go about our daily life, we are put in a situation wherein we have to make a choice or a decision, act on it, and be accountable for the consequences. Sometimes, the choice is clear and simple. Perhaps for young people who are studying, it is not really a difficult choice to wake up in the morning, prepare for school, listen attentively to the teacher, do the schoolwork, and strive to attain good grades. However, there will be times when we will be made to choose between two alternatives and make a difficult decision. Take for example the following. Should a young man pursue a college degree that his parents want him to take? Or should he follow his heart and learn a profession that is aching to his interest? Should a young woman engage in an exclusive and romantic relationship with the boy of her dreams? Or put aside her feelings and follow the command of her parents to prioritize her studies? We have the mental faculty and capability to decide and come up with the best and correct decision, even though it may seem that we have very limited options at the given moment. God gave us two faculties, the human intellect and free will. For our learning target, I can rediscover truth through my intellect and free will. It is said that intellect is God's greatest gift to man. Our human intellect is more than capable to process problems and come up with innovative solutions for them. The truth is, we human beings are conscious, free, moral, rational, and capable of abstract thought. When we use our human intellect well, we then continue to make not just correct decisions but morally sound ones as well. The philosopher John Paul Sartre claims that man is condemned to be free. Undeniably, human beings have the mental faculty, capacity, and freedom to make decisions. The philosopher Robert King tells us that we have free will when we view ourselves as agents capable of influencing the world in various ways. Open alternatives or alternative possibilities seem to lie before us. We reason and deliberate among them and choose. However, our decisions have consequences that we must face and accept. Hence, our decisions do not only affect us but also our family, friends, and the community that we live in. Depending on how big our circle of influence is, our decisions can affect a few people or the world. It is also important to know that our choices and decisions may be influenced or shaped by external factors. These external factors include advice from other people, knowledge that we have gained from school, rules and regulations by legal institutions, expectations by family, friends, and significant others. Yet ultimately, it is us who choose to do something, act on it, and will take responsibility for it. While some people might say that they should be excused for the consequences of their actions, such notion is absurd. Consider the following thought experiment by the philosophers Thomas Nagel and Bernard Williams. Three persons were accused of a grievous crime: Person A, B, and C. Person A said, "I admit that I did it, but it was not my fault. I consulted an expert and Person B told me that I should do it." Person B said, "I admit that I did it, but it was not my fault. I consulted an astrologer and Person C told me that I should do it." Person C said, "I admit that I did it, but it was not my fault. I consulted the moon and the stars and it told me to do it." The judge then said, "I consulted my colleagues and your arguments did not persuade them, so I am giving you the maximum punishment. But please remember that they told me to deliver the sentence, so do not blame me, but blame them." When we try to make excuses for the consequences of our actions and point it to others as the reason of our decisions, then we are avoiding responsibility. Come to think of it, if everybody is excused, then how can we reasonably ascribe responsibility to any of our actions? How can we praise or blame anyone if we are all excused? Let us not forget that we have the mental faculty and freedom to decide and act, but we should be accountable for everything that we do. Today, you are able to rediscover truth through your intellect and free will. Before ending, let me share to you this Bible verse from Matthew chapter 5 verse 37. Simply, let your yes be yes and your no, no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Don't forget to answer your quiz in PH Online. Thank you and God bless us all.